we're getting deep into the Indian political
stuff.
So, Mr. Surak PG has asked us to react on the top 10 facts about APJ Abdul Kalam. But for those of you who don't know who is Mr. APJ Abdul Kalam, I'm just going to read it a little bit
from Wikipedia.
From the Wikipedia. So without any further, just going to check it out right now. So APJ actually stands for Abul Pakir Jainulabdin Abdul Kalam. So it actually stands for something. He was an aerospace scientist who served as the 11th president of India from 2002 to 2007. He was born and raised in Ramaswaram, Tamil Nadu, and studied physics and aerospace engineering. He spent the next 4 decades as a scientist and science administrator, mainly at the Defense Research and Development Organization, or DRDO, and ISRO, as you know, and was intimately involved in India's civilian space program and military missile development effort. He thus came back to be known as the Missile Man of India for his work on the development of ballistic missile and launch vehicle technology. He also played a pivotal organization, technical and political role in India's Pokhran-2 nuclear test in 1998. The first since the original nuclear test by India is in 1974. So he got this distinguished look, as you can see. He got a very distinguished look, right? So with a very unique hairstyle. White hair. Very interesting. Very established guy in terms of achievements. Crazy. I don't know how to put it. Like a what's it, Albert Einstein, and he became the president or something like that. So other than that, we don't know much else. So
maybe we should check the video.
We're just gonna check it out right now.
Check it out. It's not that you see sleep.
Wait. Dream is not that you see. Dream is not that you see in sleep. Dream is something that does not let you sleep. So deep, man. There's no time. Sleep is for the weak, right?
For the weak. The white hair,
yeah.
In this episode, we're taking a look at one of the greatest heroes to all, if not most, Indians, more popularly known simply as APJ Abdul Kalam, a man who came from humble beginnings and rose up as the leader of a nation. What's happening, everybody? My name is Leroy Kenton. Welcome back to another episode of FTD Facts, and throughout this video, I'll be referring to APJ Abdul Kalam most times as Dr. APJ, and he's literally our most requested topic right now. Like, we have pages of requests from people asking us to do a video on Dr. APJ. People like Jahid Gul, Shivam Kumar, Josh Gamer MC, Tech Hub MEA, Jeshwant Reddy, Manny Duvedi, Kanishk Rawat, Young Homie, Anurag Dubey, and Pal
I know.
Just a few of you guys. Now, before we officially begin with this video, I want to ask you guys, what or who inspires you? Beginning with the early life of Dr. APJ, APJ Abdul Kalam was born on the 15th of October in 1931 in British India. He was born in a region that is now called Tamil Nadu. In his early years, Dr. APJ spent a lot of his time studying mathematics, which led to a fulfilling career as a scientist. He came up from a poor background, and he actually had to start working at a very early age just to supplement their family's income. For work, he distributed newspapers after school, and his father, Jainulabdin, had no schooling at all. However, he did own a ferry, and he took Hindu pilgrims back and forth between Dhanuskodi and his hometown of Rameswaram, Tamil Nadu. Dr. APJ attended the Madras Institute of Technology and graduated in the year 1960. After that, he joined the Aeronautical Development Establishment of the Defense Research and Development Organization, or in short, the DRDO, and then following that, in the year 1969, he was transferred to work for the ISRO, and that is the Indian Space Research Organization. Now, from there, that is when his whole career skyrocketed. He was the project director of India's first satellite launch vehicle, the SLV-3, which had successfully deployed the Rohini satellite in near-Earth orbit on July 1980. He was heavily involved in India's military missile developments, and for that, Dr. APJ was nicknamed the Missile Man. And yeah, he really earned this name because of his work in the development of ballistic missiles and launch vehicle technology. I mean, this guy was like a gifted, talented genius. So why is this development so important in terms of ballistic missiles? Well, it gave India another tool that allowed them to have a great tactical advantage rather than using the standard cruise missiles. The main advantage is that ballistic missiles can fly above the atmosphere and travel very quickly. Just to give you an idea, a target at 10,000 kilometers away would be hit in 30 minutes. Because of the efforts of Dr. APJ, India's Pokhran 2 nuclear tests in 1998 were advanced much more quickly as well. Because you see, the previous nuclear test that was done by India was back in the year 1974. So that's more than 20 years prior. As I mentioned before, he is just a natural gifted genius. So it's no surprise that he was a recipient of honorary doctorates from 40 universities. That's 40. Okay, and check this. His impact as a scientist was so great that in the country of Switzerland, May 26 is considered Science Day to commemorate Dr. APJ's visit to Switzerland. Wow, he even has a national day in another country based off of him. Now, there's so many other facets to his career as a scientist, but I want to quickly touch on his career in politics. Dr. APJ served as the 11th president of India. He won the 2002 presidential election, and he was in office from the 25th of July 2002 to the 25th of July 2007. And because of his humble attitude and demeanor, he also earned another nickname, the People's President. But surprisingly to me, and I'm sure to many others as well, although he achieved so much, Dr. APJ was never married. At the presidential residence, the Rashtrapati Bhavan, his hairstylist Ahmed asked him why he never got married, and his response was this: "I was married. I was married to the missile." And that was just solid confirmation that Dr. APJ was committed to serving his nation. Everyone on this planet has a different calling, and for Dr. APJ, it was advancing his country. Now, APJ Abdul Kalam didn't just love his work. He was a great lover of poetry, most specifically Tamil poetry. He could play the veena, as well as he could recite the Quran and the Bhagavad Gita, as well as he knew the Holy Scriptures very well. The religion he did identify with, though, was Islam. Now, we can't fit all the information about his life in just one video, but I do recommend his autobiography that was written. It's called Wings of Fire. It was first published in English, but has since then been translated into more than 13 languages. He was a prolific writer and wrote about 15 books. The subject matters on those books range from nuclear physics to his spiritual experiences. You can clearly see why this man was and still is an inspiration to many people. And I haven't even touched on the amount of awards that he received. In the year 1997, he received the Bharat Ratna, which is the highest civilian award in the country of India, as well as here are some of the other awards that he won. But sadly, all great things do come to an end in this life. While delivering a lecture at the Indian Institute of Management, Dr. APJ collapsed and died from apparent cardiac arrest on the 27th of July 2015. He was 83 years old at the time. But his legacy will continue to live on in the hearts and minds of many people, as well as through his writings and videos made after him. The life of Dr. APJ even inspired one Hindi film. The movie was called I Am Kalam. In it, Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam is portrayed as an extremely positive influence to a poor boy named Chotu, who later on renames himself Kalam in honor of the man who inspired him. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. This episode of FTD Facts was brought to you by Grammar.
Truly an interesting man.
Yeah.
Not only as he didn't talk much, he didn't touch on what he did though as president.
As president,
right?
yeah.
He
It's more into the scientific
part, like his missile
project
and his a lot of studies, a
a
lot of the studies that he did.
A lot,
That's crazy though. I mean, to have a man of science
Yep.
to be a president.
Yep.
I think, okay, this is kind of off topic. I have talked to some people about this. Like, what is an ideal country? Like, to me personally, an ideal country is like some sort of a Star Trek universe.
What is that?
Do you know Star Trek?
No, I don't.
You don't know Star Trek?
No, I know Star Trek.
You know Star Trek, right?
But I don't watch
So
it.
basically, in the world of Star Trek, the only priority, the only concern for every man in the series is for the advance of science.
Oh, okay, nice.
So that's why they have this like Starfleet shuttle and all that kind of stuff. So they were like traveling from planet to planet.
Okay.
I was dreaming to have that kind of world. That is my dream. That is my dream. So I was like, so to be able to go, to be able to achieve that, we need to have a man of science as our leader. Because a lot of time, especially in today's society, today's so-called modern world, don't you think a lot of the news, even on CNN, even the local news, there's a lot of religious talk, religious fight everywhere around the world right now. Right?
It's too dominating.
And because of that, a lot of these so-called scientific achievements are overshadowed by that kind of
the achievements kind of buried under all this chaos that happen in the world.
And it's just maybe he was too old when he became president, because he only became president for one term.
One period,
one term. One period. So I was like thinking, like, if we can have that kind of man of science to be able, maybe he was able to, because of him we got the missile,
what project satellite SLV3,
a lot of other stuff. So I was thinking there were actually, I think, I'm especially in Indonesia nowadays, a lot of the corruption, there's this fight between the left and the right. Like the religion people between in fact, what's it called? The liberal people. So it's just so tiring, I think. But I hope that we're gonna have more people like Mr. Kalam to be able to become the leader of countries.
Or at least we can hear more about people like him, Because interestingly, that we never heard about a scientist in Indonesia, right? Have you ever heard about Indonesian scientists?
I have, but not many.
But not many, right?
For example, there is this issue right now. Do you know Audrey Yu? So there is this issue right now. This girl, the name is Audrey Yu, something Chinese name, Indonesian girl. And she was chosen to work at NASA.
Oh, okay.
Right?
Wow.
But then there's a lot of attack from the conservative Muslim to Indonesia.
What?
Saying,
what is the conflict?
They spread a lot of hoaxes about this girl, saying that she is actually Chinese, she is not Indonesian. There's too much fight in regards to that department of racism and stuff like that. I hate it. I love to see more news about achievement. Right? So
let's hope we have more like.
I think Mr. Kalam is definitely an inspiration for all of us. As always, guys, thank you for watching.
Thank you for watching. See ya.
Bye bye. Are you still here? They're still watching.
Oh, thank you so much for watching until
the end.
This second.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
Don't forget to.
While you're here, don't forget to
subscribe.
Don't forget to
hit the like button.
And guys, if you are looking for advertising, email us.
Email us at hiubangshow@gmail.com.
Or even better, go to our Patreon page. We got lots of good stuff.
The link is on the description box.
We've been doing this for quite a while. We've been asking them to do. Nobody go to our Patreon page.
But maybe after this.
Maybe after this. Anyway, guys, as always,
thank you for watching.
Thank you.